You got management and people in the store a little freaked out.
For what?
Wow, has people never used a restroom before?
Sir,
I don't
we
know.
need to investigate a hate crime. We've been in here for 15 or so minutes.
That's
I'm serious. We're suing Walgreens on that. Just for walking into a building, do we get profiled?
No, I mean she's saying
To call cops over?
Can you do us a favor and tell us exactly what was reported in the first place?
Yeah, since you guys are acting a little suspicious, you guys came to the store with some backpacks, a couple of coolers. So they have a right to protect their assets. If any of you guys might be shoplifting, if you guys come in with some backpacks.
Oh, okay. So did they observe us shoplifting? Did they say anything about shoplifting? Okay, no. What I'm trying to get at is when you use the word suspicious, is that all the word that they used, or did they actually say something else?
They were saying you guys came with some backpacks because if they did it for several minutes.
Okay, cool. And so,
I'm not saying it's.
so what I'm saying is when you guys fielded the call, exactly what did you field it as? Like, did you ask them clarifying questions as far as like, did they see us do anything? How long had it been between? Like, did you ask him how long we've been back here?
Dispatch didn't field this call. That's what we're saying. This is treading on a civil discrimination lawsuit. You did not double check, or you just
What exactly? What statute? What sort of statute are you guys?
I'm trying to get your side.
Guys, they want you out of here, get your stuff, let's go, okay? I've dealt with you guys before, let's just be on our way, okay? They're asking
Who are you? And I dealt with you
We're a
before.
customer. We're allowed to go to the bathroom before we purchase.
That's fine, if you're gonna do something, do your business and let's get out of here, okay?
Oh
This
man!
is
Wow,
seriously
you guys
illegal.
are amazing. Okay, so someone like basically, I thought it was another customer. Basically, opened up this door. Didn't actually see anybody because we're both over here. I'm waiting to use this restroom, and I'm washing my hands in the meantime. And so they never saw us. All they did was turn around. I heard someone say, yeah, it looks like there's somebody already in there. So that's like a customer. And so if somebody has a problem with us being here, they can
They
tell us
never approached
themselves.
us.
They've told us.
And so you guys are going to spend
Are
taxpayer
you
dollars
agents of
enforcing
this
private
business?
Guys, I've
property.
dealt with you before, we're
The
not
whole
doing
point
this.
is, who are you? Can I
Who
see your
are
business
you?
cards?
Let's go.
Let's go, get your stuff, get out of here.
Are you detaining us?
First of all,
You're-
where's the agent? Are you a registered agent?
Yeah,
Do
and
you
why
have
are you
something
telling
with
us
the
to
city
leave?
attorney?
And what
I'm sorry.
policies are we
We're pro se
violating right
attorneys.
now?
We've won
We haven't
lawsuits.
even seen their faces.
We're
Who
pro
are
se
these people
attorneys.
right
We
now?
cannot do this.
All I want to do is
It's
deal with
the
personal.
formal warning
I'm not
process.
gonna talk to
Okay.
you
All I
guys.
want to do. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. All I want to do
Appreciate that.
is personally deal with a business owner on their personal policy levels, where if they want to call the police after we've violated some sort of trespassing warning for us to leave, then you guys can get involved. But in the meantime, you guys doing their job is actually technically illegal, and it's not. You're not their agent. You can't tell us to leave.
You can't
So
tell
I'm
state
going to
orders
continue
if
doing
you're
my
involved.
thing
We've won
until
lawsuits
someone
over this,
tells
sir.
me, a business owner of the agent, so that
I'll
you guys.
talk when you guys are done talking.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, all I'm doing is clarifying my rights.
Okay, that's
that
fine.
you guys are
I'm listening.
basically police officers that have taken a call incorrectly. We've seen this happen before.
Okay.
And if you want to say certain things, we usually ask clarifying questions. Are you the registered agent?
I understand.
And are you detaining us?
Okay.
So,
the registered agent is not allowed to enforce policies of the business. So far, we have not seen the management once.
what exactly is the policy we're
As far as
violating?
I'm concerned,
Are we
this is the
not allowed to
policy
come back
we're
ever? How fast are we supposed to be escorted out?
We have the right
Seriously.
to face our
How are
accuser.
you being in prison? You said false in prison. What do you
Are you
If you're detaining us-
this whole time?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
So what if we don't leave then?
Huh?
What if we don't leave then?
If you don't leave,
If you're not registered agents, this entire thing is a waste of taxpayer dollars is what I'm
they have
trying to
asked
say.
us to ask you to leave.
That's the whole
illegal.
point.
You
That's,
can't do
you're not
that
the
as a
registered
business.
agents.
You literally can't.
Okay, so if we didn't leave, what would you do?
I'm sorry.
If we didn't leave, what would you do?
If you didn't leave, we'd have to charge you trespassing.
Okay.
Go to court.
Now, trespassing requires you. Okay, trespassing. That's why I asked the question.
They
It would
use
be a
talk
charge
to
of
us.
trespassing. So the trespassing charge would require you to provide evidence that we were unlawfully here. The only way we can be
That's right.
unlawfully here is if a business owner personally communicates it
What
to
is
us.
the city of
Go look at the statutes of trespassing. Go look at the jury instructions of trespassing.
Hey, let me sum it up like this. A mall company cannot tell cops to go warn their skateboarders. They literally have to do that themselves.
Say what company?
Anything. Mall company, King Supers, anywhere.
You're not security guards.
You're not security guards
You
for the
don't
business.
get paid for
so
that?
if there was no
Are
statute,
you on their books right now?
you're not allowed to tell us to leave as an agent of the business. The only time you're
Do you
allowed
guys
to...
have any sort of
What law did this come from?
Okay, do you guys have something? It's trespassing. You have to have some strong arm that you're enforcing.
The
The
jury
business
instruction,
owner.
mens
If the
rea.
business owner tells you Guess what?
They've told us.
Since when?
Okay, so well, that's what we're saying, is you said something like the business owner told you to tell us to leave. No, this is trespassing, probable cause, the elements. It's common law trespassing. It's the same municipal, state,
What is the
everything.
municipal trespass code from City of Federal Heights?
Oh, I can look up the actual number if you really need me to, but it's the same for every municipal.
You guys know a lot of information. I've talked to you guys before.
We
You
know.
guys were really cool with me last time I talked to you.
Actually,
I don't actually ever remember you at all.
Let's put it this way.
I was a cover officer when you were issued tickets by Officer Valandra at the corner of 103rd and Federal.
Nope.
Yeah.
And that's
103rd?
called discrimination because.
No, 103rd and Federal. Safeway.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
right.
Yeah, do you know the outcome of that case?
Yeah, it was dismissed.
Yeah, do you know why?
That's kidnapping charges.
Because you guys were on the curtilage of the property, you weren't actually on Safeway property.
We were on Safeway
Yeah,
property,
we were on
dude. Go look at your maps, man. You guys don't know your own jurisdictions.
You were
That was
right in
a no formal warning. He wrote a private property trespassing ticket and a public property no meeting
Let's get
ticket.
out of here.
Hey, look, I happen to be done with
So,
what
I
I'm
appreciate
doing,
that.
Perfect.
and so if I plan on shopping and so forth,
Hey.
the whole point that we're getting ourselves is for
Well, here.
is a formal warning is required so that you can actually
Okay,
charge us
you
with
were just-
refusing to leave a lawful
You were
order.
just used in a civil discrimination lawsuit at Walgreens.
You don't need to speak to management. Are you just finished up, sir?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up. Because so far, I haven't received any formal warnings from any registered agents in the business.
Okay.
And if you want to literally go look up the Colorado Revised Statutes.
Hey, what's your name, man?
Look,
What's your first name?
just to let you know, the Colorado Revised Statutes are actually
I'm not
missing
gonna argue
elements,
with
and
you,
the
no.
Colorado jury instructions are the ones that actually tells you, it actually says it right there, that it has to be personally communicated to by a business
Okay.
owner or agent, registered agent. So guess what your guys' solution? Just so you guys know. I need you to understand
Tell
this.
me how I can go ahead.
I need you to
I'm
understand
listening.
from now on.
Go ahead.
We've dealt with other jurisdictions before.
Okay. I'm listening.
Their solution for registered agents, where cops want to be a
Okay.
registered agent, is
You
to
have
have
yourself and we'll talk?
a notarized document signed ahead of time, showing that you have be given the authority. It's very simple.
I'm just gonna follow you out. I'm listening.
So when people think that they can, let's put it this way, when they think they can retroactively give registered agent status on the fly live, they've never met you before.
Technically, for future
Have they
reference,
given you have they given you authorization for any other task with the company? Patrolling, formal warnings, loitering.
I don't know what you're saying.
Exactly. You don't have any relationship with them legally. You don't have anything on file that says that you're a registered agent, right?
Can I get your first name?
Look, if I'm not being a Jane, I'm not going to give my information.
Okay.
So,
Like I told you, we're frustrated around this, and you guys really screwed the pooch.
so are
I
you
asked her,
management?
there's no policy violation.
I just want to.
That's all.
And can I get business cards?
The whole point is being afraid of someone when they haven't even done anything is profiling and discrimination.
Just a couple things.
I'll give you my business card.
Just a couple things. You could always inform somebody if they're violating a policy, and then if they're still do some sort of violating some sort of policy, that's when you usually get the cops involved for the only express purpose of removing them for a trespassing charge, because trespassing is a statute. So, and so then that
you tell
doesn't
them
even.
What I'm trying to say
I would
is,
like you both to leave the apartment.
there,
Thank you. What policy are we in violation of?
I would just like you both.
there is.
Thank you. That's called a civil discrimination lawsuit. I'll see you in court because I would still like to buy
Okay,
stuff.
sounds good.
And there doesn't seem to be anything wrong that I've done. Just so you know, this is why we record every single event. We have 400 of these recordings. May I ask a couple clarifying questions? Are we allowed to come back, or are we in permanent ban
I would like you guys to leave as of right
for the day?
for the day.
For the day.
If you guys come back and you guys leave your backpacks up front, then fine, but don't act like suspicious characters.
Is there a backpack policy?
It makes us uncomfortable.
Is it written down somewhere? Is it something you just made up?
Yes.
No,
He's
I'm
already
asking
asked to leave.
for policy clarification.
that or you're under
arrest.
For what? Refusing to leave?
Yep.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Actually, you're coming with
You are escorting me out physically. This is actually
Yes, you are.
this is actually kidnapping right now because
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
don't physically touch me. Are they being detained right now? This is illegal. You cannot leave door.
Are you serious?
Sorry. Look, what?
I was leaving. I was literally be touched, sir.
You guys did not approach us, and you.
I was leaving just so that I
This guy got through the blind.
So exactly what did I do? Can you explain to me what
Trespassing.
violation?
That's what you're under arrest
So I'm
for.
refusing to leave.
Trespassing. That's what it is.
Okay.
Do you need to explain
Because
it
you're
for me, or do you get to
Okay, no. The whole point is trespassing is refusing to leave. Are you telling me that I was refusing to leave?
18?
You told me that I was refusing to leave as I was walking out, not wanting to be touched by
I
you.
had to physically.
No, you did not. I was walking the entire time. I did not want to be touched the entire time. You guys were witnesses. I literally was not leaving. I was literally not refusing to leave.
Cross your feet for me, brother. Appreciate
Did you see me walking the entire time?
I don't know.
I was walking out the entire time, guys. We need video footage right now. I was not refusing to leave.
It's right here.
I physically did not refuse to leave.
To deal with. Holy hell. So where do you come from?
What charges are you gonna falsify now, huh? Seriously, man.
Where do you come from? What's your home address? Are you homeless? What's your home address?
Sir? When I'm leaving a store, and I
Your observation of it and mine are two different observations. You were told to leave several times. You failed to leave. Had to physically escort you. You started to resist. That's trespassing.
Physically?
So now
Okay,
you get to
wait. You started to escort me and I resisted.
Yeah, you pulled away. You said, "Don't touch me."
Yes, and that's a lot
I'm not gonna
different.
sit here and argue with
Okay, so no. Let's get this thing straight. Let's get something straight. Don't touch me is not the same as I'm refusing to leave.
No, it
So
is
are
in
you
my book.
insinuating
Yeah.
that?
I'm actually.
Are you
saying
really
that's
saying
exactly what it was?
That
You
me
refused
on the
to
way
leave.
out, I did not want to be physically detained, yet I had asked
I wasn't
everybody if I was being
detaining
detained.
you. I was telling you to leave.
And
you wouldn't.
I was under the impression that if you
Tried to
physically
forcefully
touched me,
actually had to
that
touch you
I
to remove you.
was being
So now
detained.
you're under
I'm
arrest.
not
There
trying
you
to
go.
be detained.
It's pretty
When
simple.
I'm requesting to leave by not being touched, that is not the same as wanting to
You
stay.
refused to leave.
No, I did not.
Yes,
No,
you did.
I did not refuse to leave.
Sure you did.
No.
You weren't leaving.
No, I was leaving. I was walking out peacefully, and I did not want you to touch me while I was walking
guess
out.
what? Now
I
you
have a
can go
problem
to
with
court.
people detaining me unlawfully, and I didn't know if you were going to literally seize me or not.
Man.
The whole point is you're falsifying information. You saying that I was not trying to leave. I was literally trying to leave the entire time, man. Literally.
No, you weren't. That's
Why?
why I
How
asked
so?
to reach out.
What? What?
I'm not
what?
gonna sit here and
Okay, when
argue
you
with
say escort me out, you were touching me because I was not walking.
These are the guys that
Were you touching me because I was?
work and stuff.
William, do you want to provide me with your last name, or I can have to get your information from fingerprints, bro?
The whole area.
Montgomery.
Montgomery?
Not vehicles or anything, but they were being asked to leave. They were not leaving. Just
I was never asked to leave.
You were asked to leave.
By who?
By Amber.
Yes.
Right when I was standing with you.
Yes, and then on the way out, as I'm walking out,
Your buddy did.
I turn around and I ask her a couple clarifying questions because I need to know if I leave for the day or leave forever. That's a very important question that I need to ask for my rights. And so when I asked her, she clarified, and then I turned around and I left.
Okay, well, you didn't leave, but I'm not going to argue.
You guys literally you're falsifying information right now. You are literally
Mr.
lying.
Montgomery, can I get your date of birth, sir, please?
July 7th, 1985.
July 7th, 85.
I cannot believe you guys are actually falsifying information right now that I'm refusing to leave an establishment after I was told to. I didn't want to be touched.
What's your address, brother?
I didn't want to be touched, man.
Hey, what's your address, brother?
When someone lays a physical hands on me, that's assault. I didn't want to be touched on the way out. You think people voluntarily, literally refuse to leave when they're told? You think people are that stupid? Why would I want to stay? You say I'm refusing to leave. All I was trying to do was exercise my rights intact so that I know what my boundaries are, so that if I have to leave for good or for the day. So I'm going to ask her that question on the way out. And so somehow you guys are going to fudge everything that what? I refuse to be touched while walking out the store. Not fast enough? What are you guys gonna write down?
I can't talk to you unless I Mirandize you, so.
Yeah, you can, dude.
You just can't use things in court.
Right.
Seriously.
Why would I want to talk to you and not be able to use it in court?
I want to know what your side of the story is, man. You guys are shiesty. You usually leave information out of police reports. Tell me, what did I do?
You're being charged with trespassing.
Okay.
Okay? That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
That's
So
it?
just sit
That's
tight.
it? You're just going to fudge police reports now? How was I refusing?
William, we're done talking.
Refusing to be touched? You do realize that on the way out, all I did was repetitively tell him not to touch me. And do you know what that is? That's my rights. And do you know what's really funny? Is that me being all agitated and belligerent, I could only imagine, caused him to think possibly that this is a moment where he's starting to refuse. And then that's why I need to start escorting him. And when you start escorting me, guess what happens? It's actually a response mode. I love you too, David! It's called response mode. You are a dirty cop. You're lying.
What?
If you don't get video footage of the entire event, do you have it? Where is it? Where's your video footage? Were you pointing it?
Cell phone in here?
Yes.
Okay. Any weapons, knives, guns?
No.
Drugs, anything?
So me refusing to want to be touched by you on the way out constitutes what? Okay, so why did you touch me?
Stop talking, man.
Okay, so when you first touched me on the way out, why were you touching me on the way out?
Don't worry about it.
When I was walking out.
I'm getting this stuff out.
So you moved the goalpost. So why did you touch me?
William,
In the first place?
it's been explained to you several times.
No, it hasn't actually. You guys are moving goalposts now.
Okay.
It's called lying. It's called covering up.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think you have a mental condition.
That's fine.
I was walking out of a store voluntarily, and I did not want a police officer to touch me unless I was being detained. I scored out off of a trespass authority, which I had not gone up to that point. So I thought it was a voluntary me leaving. I'm walking out of a store. And when did you decide to touch me? When you touched me, you put. Okay, no, you have to have rights. When you.
Yeah.
Are you capable?
You got him?
If you give this one more go up to Adams County Jail, and that's any breach, if it raises any level of pissing you off, that's how it's going to be in. Is that right?
Go out inside the car.
I don't want to hear your voice. So he does understand. I left him with her.
All right, don't call us. All 19, we'll be custody with the William party. I'll show you, it's clear up in your rights. Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh. Bro. All you had to fucking do, walk
the fuck out. Like your buddy.
Fuck this motherfucking wind, dude. Jesus. Sounds like the guy, his brother, just left Walgreens.
Aye, man. Dude, I'm not gonna argue with you. Just get your shit, get the fuck out. Fuck out. What do you mean, agent? No, I'm an officer. Lakewood has agents, dumbass. Right. The count who?
Stupid fuckers, man. Can't stand either one of those two plans.
Discrimination. No! Get your shit and get the fuck out. If you were respectful people and respectful members of society, then they wouldn't give two shit.
Fucking shut up, Diane.
I don't really want to write a letter to the sheriff, but. Dude, I don't really want to send you to jail. Okay, come on, man. Oh, you're right. Sorry, guys. I will. Come on, man. Have a seat. I apologize. Actually, stand there. I gotta take these handcuffs off you. I get it, man.
Getcha. Stop. Sorry.
Spread your feet, please.
We'll deal with all this in court, guys, man. I guess I thought some things could be left to the streets. No, it's still reserved. Take your jackets off for me, please. I'm just sitting right on the other side of the chair. Sit right here, right? Please. You have another one, or is that just the switcher? Come on, I'll take your belt off for me, please. That's all I got.
You don't have any boxes on?
No.
Are they gonna fall down?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine. Just go ahead and take it off for me.
Take it
In
off.
case we have to put you in a cell, yeah.
Hey,
So we have to get out of here.
I understand. You guys just got your jobs.
I need you to take your shoes off. I gotta make sure you don't have anything in your shoes.
What is that?
That's it.
About all that?
Yeah. 2 cell phones and a wallet I took off this person.
What's his name?
William.
What's his last name?
Montgomery, right? Montgomery?
Yeah.
You spell that, please.
MONTG.
I think it's 7785. Is that right?
Be sure to.
All right, brother. You have anything else in your pockets?
No.
Go ahead and just turn your pockets inside out for me.
Sure.
That's fine. Thank you. I'll show you around. Yeah, this is fine.
So you guys have any anything on file with Walgreens in terms of like your authorization as registered agents?
Man, I'm not.
I asked one question, that's all it is. I never got an answer before. Because of the fact that you guys started the way you did, and I never met her until I did. I'm just asking if you had anything on file. A lot of places do if they set it up ahead of time.
Are you talking about like a trespass notice?
I'm talking about you just being registered agents to give the formal warnings on behalf of them.
They called us, said you guys need to leave. We went up there, asked you guys to leave.
Well, that's what I mean.
They started arguing in the bathroom. All I wanted you guys to do was just get your shit and get out. I don't really.
No, yeah, that's all I'm saying is they never executed something that you signed. You
That's
don't have
fine.
a
I'm not gonna argue.
There's nothing notarized, right?
Do you have an ID in your wallet by chance?
No.
Just making sure there's no money in here because you're listed on our property.
That's all I was asking. So I can, get my story straight. Because people like to retroactively change lives and stuff.
Do you have any necklace on? Jewelry? Anything at all?
No.
dispatcher. Go and grab your paperwork from dispatch.
37, I'm just gonna catch you a ticket, fingerprint you, take some pictures. You're gonna need on your way, okay? In this story.
I'll get your police report and everything later.
You can copy my report?
I would like a copy of your report, absolutely.
What do you mean by, I'll get you a copy of your police report?
No, I mean, I'm going to get your police report.
Oh, yeah.
A discovery.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Just make sure you're thorough.
You have a last known address, man?
305 West Magnolia Street.
Currently live there or no?
Maybe 221. It's a private mailbox. Hold on, sorry.
How are you? 6'2". In a second. How much you weigh, brother?
145.
You have a cell phone?
970.
720?
970.
970?
412. 5463. I don't know if I ever got a chance to tell you this.
Yeah, I'm saying not sure if you want to talk to you don't.
I just wanted to mention a couple things. You guys have a homeless safeguard problem in town. It's not unique. Your particular private drive question on the safeguard thing. It's a pretty big problem for you guys.
Yeah, how so?
Well, we had a couple of cops show up.
What do you mean private drive? You're speaking sovereign citizen talk, I don't know what you mean by private drive.
That's right, you guys never read the definitions. It's in the municipal code. The private driveway, it's a private property. It basically isn't a street.
Are you talking about Walgreens?
Meeting with an object?
Where's my case number?
She didn't tell me.
Oh, I think I need to start this.
Well, let me ask you.
Hold on one second.
No, this is one I'm trying to understand.
That's your brother?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Am I allowed to go or just?
Yeah, it's parents here. But yeah, my question actually was, always wondered, is that intersection west side near Chick-fil-A, is that public street or private property?
On the street?
Like there's up to the stop line, there's a median.
Talking about the median?
Yeah,
That's a roadway, it's a public roadway.
that's a public roadway.
In the park.
Into the parking lot, but what I'm saying is westbound from the street. Yeah. So is it which
Street
street?
shopping center, man?
Yeah, I'm talking about the, where people wait to take the left turn onto the, Sheridan or Federal going south. So you guys have, there's a Chick-fil-A there, and then there's a Chipotle on the side of the street. So Chipotle, Chick-fil-A. Here's your area there. What is that area that they come in and out of? Is that your guys' public roads? Or is that someone's private drive?
I think it's an easement. I don't know if it's owned by the city or not.
An easement. Okay, so the reason I'm trying to ask is, it's actually more easy to ask it this way. Is you guys have any statutes that apply there for not standing on that median? You do? Is it like solicitation on here? Seven.
2507.
But it's like you're in the median, you're holding the sign or whatever, but you're contacting us.
And so that's illegal to be holding sign on that median?
And we're also concerned about your safety as well. People have been taking out their bike bars, so.
Do you have, I didn't see your badge.
Yeah, my badge fell off, he's curious.
Yours, your badge.
1705.
Do you have name and number? I never got yours, man.
It'll be on the bottom of your citation.
Okay, cool. So you would arrest somebody for holding a sign?
Not necessarily.
There's probably a difference between.
You would be able to move somebody along. Yeah, you need
Oh,
to set,
yeah.
if they refuse to leave, you issue a citation.
Correct. If they were cooperating and they have.
Yeah, if you're cool with us and you just have asked you to leave and you leave, then that's the end of that, that's the end of our contact. But if you're gonna,
Like your friend, who.
if you're
had
gonna
no
give us
problem walking out of
problem,
the store with me. I'm not arguing about what happened.
Yeah, I
You're
understand.
arguing.
sir, please sit down, put one on the door handles.
I don't know if I should give this information. I cannot believe I actually know. Would you guys like to know something?
I'm listening.
I mean, genuinely, seriously know this.
I'm listening.
My brother and I have cracked genocide. It's really sad.
You guys have cracked, Jen?
Yeah, we cracked the code.
What's the code?
The code is cops who don't know their probable cause.
Sorry, cops don't know what?
Basically, cops that don't have lawful justification moving thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not potentially millions of homeless people at this point, from locations in states and cities with statutes that don't apply. And because there's no due process of anybody double checking them or looking at them up, the actual maps or plats and so forth. Nobody is even aware that it's even happening. And basically, my brother and I started catching on to this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And as a result, we have caught cops consistently getting facts wrong and then covering it up and hiding it.
Where is this happening at?
Kind of tiptoeing out
Oh, really?
of basically like false imprisonment,
Oh, yeah.
you know, because they didn't have any lawful justification. Okay, so
You guys say no, because we're good.
I'm listening.
Yes, sir.
You're fine.
okay, well,
Yeah, come on, come back.
okay, so let me just get to the point. Conceptually, if one were
I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes.
So 305,
West Magnolia Street,
that's a current address for you?
it's a private mailbox.
Oh.
Okay, so if you were to have somebody's private property, like a mall company has their private street.
I'm just curious, man.
Well, let me ask you a question. No, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. If there is a private street out there, and obviously it's not a public street, and it just happens to look like the same type of median, but it's obviously they just kind of paid it to you guys would not have lawful justification to pick somebody up on it,
Well,
right?
it's still in the city.
But I'm saying, for argument's sake, there's a Boulder 20th Street Mall right there. They own the whole property, and then they have their own little private drives that go up and down. And those private drives have medians on it, they have curves, they look just exactly. In fact,
Right,
they
right,
need
if
the
it's
same.
still in the city, and then the property,
But
so you're in the Walmart parking lot. That's what you're saying, in the median. Still in the city, but I know Federal Heights doesn't have them, we're still in the city of Federal Heights. And say like the manager of Walmart calls us and says that they've asked you to leave, you won't leave. That's where we put it.
Well, that's just trespassing. That's for any policy that they happen to have, and whether it's good or bad or challenging or whatever. What I'm saying is that if they didn't get involved and you just simply saw somebody on Walmart's private median and you had a public median only statute, for argument's sake, it's a median on the street only, because that's common for a lot of places to have. I think your solicitation statute is that, where it's one of the three things and you can't be on a median of a street. So it's always presumed that, I'm just saying, for argument's sake, private drive over in Boulder, 20th Street Mall, it's non-public street, and therefore, if it doesn't have a median statute that applies to private drives, then you wouldn't. But what I'm saying, argumentatively speaking.
Well, I'm saying that that's on Boulder still, they do things differently in Boulder than we do in Buckeye. I don't know how to work from Boulder.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Actually, all these laws are almost identical across the board. But what I'm trying to say is if you were to arrest somebody for standing on 29th Street's mall's private drive looking median, and you didn't fulfill the elements of listing off an actual street, then that would be considered a false imprisonment, right?
That's not false imprisonment.
I'm telling you the elements of the street would not be there.
You stand over here, put your back against this free wall.
Okay, let's say the terminology. You wouldn't have lawful justification, right? Because you wouldn't have a street name.
Site profile, go and stand like that. Thank you.
So, it's just, I guess, I'm trying to ask the most basic question. Obviously,
Alright, man, right around that wall. If you wash your hands, don't dry them. You can use soap and water.
okay, so what's an easier word? You basically.
No, not anymore. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay, we'll try this on.
Okay.
The elements are that he has to have a gun. And he doesn't have a gun. Arrest him, and you write down clearly it would be falsely imprisoning him, but false is to make it a dirty cop. What I'm trying to say is you look at the side of the job and you can do it. You could be kidnapping somebody, falsely imprisoning them, finding out elements and they're not there. You know, saying that he's got a gun when he doesn't have a gun. Obviously that's like a super obvious one. Which is most people know. But private drives that look like public streets have to be a problem for cops. So I'm just trying to say, Boulder arrested me on a private drive.
Boulder still. I don't know the statutes in Boulder. I don't work in Boulder. I don't know how Boulder operates. They operate in a whole different world than
Okay. Do you guys have used flats? Do you guys have patrol maps?
Yes, we have patrol maps, like
Okay.
we have districts and stuff like that.
So how do you tell the difference between public and private property?
That's just common knowledge.
With the patrol map, right? That would be able to tell you?
No, that's just common knowledge that we all know.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive. We go through
How positive?
110%, sir, because we go through an extensive field program.
Colorado, man.
Okay.
Where were you born at?
Fort Conway.
You know your social.
5'2", 6'3", 7257.
Oh, I'm sorry, 7257?
So that,
Alright, man, let me see your hands, please.
Sorry.
Please.
The meeting that we're talking about between the restaurants, is that public property or private property? You see common knowledge, right?
You said it's an easement, unfortunately.
Is that easement for private properties?
The explain this to you.
An easement doesn't differentiate yet between public and private property. So is it public property or private property?
You guys are crazy, man. It's like the water, you just cold.
Good water.
Alright.
Okay, so
You
it's
guys want
it is
water?
public property then. Think
Patrick,
about
are you
that.
good?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, man.
He's pretty cooperative.
You might want to go look up your maps, man.
Sir, thank you. I appreciate that. But I do know my knowledge, okay? Thank you.
It was private property. Your brother got big arrested on that.
We're not there yet, man.
Oh, sorry. That was the whole point. You guys regularly kidnap people.
You guys are fucking wishes.
I can't believe how cheating you're. You know, the funniest part is, if you want to have a very good education, go online and type in false arrested by so-and-so police. There's 10 jurisdictions that I've been picked up in now. False arrest every time because they were known. And so Boulder Police conversated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Boulder Police arrested me on a private drive because they thought it was a public street.
They thought it was?
Or they thought a private drive applied to their public median statute, which guess what? They didn't read the definition of a street. So just to let you know, I'm being serious. The definition of a street in Boulder is in a 771 definition section. I think you guys have the same. It's going to be the entire width between property boundaries. Because you guys know that naturally there's got to be some sort of definition of right of way. And so it's gonna right away, it's gonna be straight side, one hand in between. Well, that's a street. Most of the time, the right of way is defined as the same as a street. Then you have your private drives, that was the difference. Because a private drive is not a street at all, it's just in fact, the definition of it is.
You keep pulling out these, I'm just curious, where you keep pulling these definitions out?
Municipal code, your municipal code books, you guys don't even look at them yourself. You wanna know the truth?
You keep saying Boulder, though, you know you're in federal rights, right?
Yeah, but you do realize that, the reason why I was starting out in Boulder is because it's hard for cops to try their own statutes. But my brother got picked up on that private meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Claiming it was a public street when Chick-fil-A, and that's private property.
What do you think so?
Soliciting in public right of way and trespassing on the same ticket.
Yeah.
Which trespassing, obviously, I got formal. So, by the way, that's safely applies to a formal warning in the report of mine said they had talked to him before. But the cop didn't show up.
You know, didn't show up?
Yeah. And there was
No, that's not like an easy win if the cop didn't show up, huh? Is that why you got thrown out?
Well, also, that was, they had a lawful justification. Naturally, not have something.
Naturally, right?
Well, we've had situations where they've tried to line for it and they failed miserably.
Oh, really? Where's that at?
Fort Collins.
Oh, can I remember counties over there is? Or Fort Collins, or?
Yeah, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
But also, if you, Westminster, North Glen.
Oh, yeah.
Commerce City.
How'd you get down here, man?
Bus.
Oh, okay. Are you living down here now? Or you just kind of commuting to and from?
Work down here.
Oh, what do you do for work?
You want to know the Jersey?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
No, because most people
I'm
ask
just
me questions.
exhausted. I'm just exhausted with all this legal jargon you're telling me, so I'm
Well,
changing the subject.
No, it's all the same, actually.
What do you do for work?
I'm a pro se attorney.
Oh, are you?
And I'm actually a politically silenced dissident whistleblower that is basically reporting on crimes against humanity that nobody will touch, and that's why it gets bigger.
Where did you go to law school?
I love these questions. Everyone asks the same one.
Yeah. They asked me if I'm a police officer. I go to school for that, right?
Well, guess what? I used to have a really badass computer job. I grew up an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I used to have computer businesses, and all I did was get yeah, it was good. But basically, I got wrongfully convicted of child kleptomania. That was
Child
kleptomania. You don't know what kleptomania is? Wow, I can't believe I get this information from you guys. Juicy.
Is that comfortable?
Yeah, it's okay, so this is basically.
Take a step this way.
Yeah, sure. Hey man, this is a flash flood of information for you.
Give it to me, man. I'm ready. Go. Lay it on me.
Kleptomania is a medical condition called stealing that you can't have any control over it. It's actually a medical thing, and a person can be so totally completely nice, even know that they have the problem and not be able to manage it.
No way.
And on a larger scale, it's not necessarily kleptomania. It's general lack of a correct ego collapse, worldview, so to speak, that a person is going through. It could be any crime. And so all crimes, generally speaking, are just a medical nature, a lack of information. You start early that. And of course, when someone has served warrant on them, you might think that they're not doing anything wrong, but a racketeer commit crimes, cover crimes, lie, run away, so forth and so on. So my parents are Mormon. And they raised me Mormon, and they also rejected me when I stopped believing it. And I excommunicated. Yep, they disowned me. My brother did too. Him. We never got any help. I ended up getting charged as an adult for crimes of this nature, plus crimes that I didn't commit.
Kleptomania?
Yeah, just that. Yeah, so it was stealing shit out of cars.
A couple more pictures and we'll be done. Step on that piece of tape for me. Just right at this corner.
But fast forward, basically, medically, nobody diagnoses me. I plead guilty to crimes I didn't do. And
you pled guilty to crimes you didn't do?
Yeah.
You took a plea deal or what?
Yeah, I took a plea deal. I didn't know my rights, and I had written 3 checks to 3 people. They told me that the checks had bounced. I told the cops that they gave me the money, and they basically I didn't know they told me. And so I told the cops nothing, and I got framed.
Yeah.
So I got framed
for that, huh?
for for their crimes, which they ended up being considered victims of. And so I tried to report to the courts that they were basically co-conspirators, and they said say that for some restitution hearing afterwards, which by then I was already being assigned probation and get on that. So I actually ended up not pursuing it because I was kind of tampered out of it, and I was given this big price tag that was slapped on me at the time.
How much was it?
25 grand.
Whoa.
And 13 of it was, 6 of it was probation fees that they set out, for the future. 6 of it was cash that they received. 13 of it was stolen from me and spent on various items I found out later through a mutual friend. But they just don't know when I was shopping spree.
Sounds like a good friend, huh?
Yeah, 3 great friends, yeah. I ended up being the fall guy. So I'm the fall guy, but the best part is here.
You're always the fall guy, or just
in that case, I ended up, it's funny you say that, I ended up being the fall guy for everybody.
the fall guy.
Yeah, everybody's piling their defamation on me these days. It's hilarious. And so the whole
Why
point
is that? Is that just because you give me a couple signatures, brother? Just showing that these are your fingerprints only? Right where it says signature, person being fingerprinted. Sure. Just signature right there, man.
Well, the whole, come on, it's the age-old concept of defamation. You say you catch a cop not doing his job, split way. Cops can not know their job, right?
Right.
And if they get the definitions wrong or the facts wrong,
Right.
someone might be able to call them out live.
Right.
And the problem is if you do it fast enough, they might actually use a way to basically defame you, say that you're not legit, pre-take the call whenever they go to someone else, they're already telling them the other side of the story. And ultimately, let's put it this way, when a whistleblower falls out of a faith and gets discriminated against for the crimes that they commit, they're not actually like a nigger.
Right.
So my family's disowning me.
So 2 more things, and you can
Sure.
keep going. So like I said, this is what you're being charged with. Okay, trespassing. Okay, it's immunity citations. You're not going to jail. Okay. Court date's gonna be November 29th at 1:30 at my courthouse. Okay, address is up here. All right. I need a signature from you. Okay, it's not admitting guilt. It's a promise to appear. Okay?
Usually I don't sign, but I'll give you guys my signature.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Just makes things a little easier.
Signed under duress.
Alright, thank you. Another signature here. This is just for your belongings, okay? You're gonna get all your stuff back that you came in with, okay? So go ahead and write your name here. And a signature where it says inmate, but you're not inmate, so you're being released. So it's just a signature. Write your name here, and then sign right there as long as you got.
Anyways, we have, so my parents and family discriminate against me for whistleblowing that they're basically, lynched me as a group, as a in the faith. They don't, help me with any of my felonies. That was just a medical. I just needed to learn to not steal. It was really basic, actually. And, they naturally, are gonna have a different story about me, because if it ever comes out, and I can get to the rest of the world, they're gonna because they have some other side story that's ready to go.
Yeah.
And see, he's freaking, he's a smooth water, you didn't go to school, or, all the signs that you would be able to think you can judge someone by, stereotypes, things like that. So in any event, let's see if we can speed this up. My brother and I, basically, had, you put your shit on, so we had a situation where, I tell my brother he's the only witness to this whole 3 people getting away with shit, and I obviously told my family, but they didn't believe me. And so my brother and I went bouncing around between jobs and places for the next couple of years until we can try and get the paperwork out. We ended up getting hurt on the jobs and really shitty places and cars breaking down and stuff like that. And so we ended up getting fake fined out of our residence by the city of Fort Collins. but like secretly for a year basically. So you know, it's like 5 people that require us to break it, so they just find the 2 of them.
You want a bag for your stuff, or you just want to put all your stuff in your pockets?
In any event, all we did was exercise our rights. We ended up getting assaulted by our residents by a drunk roommate after losing our jobs. And we had a ton of paperwork that we're putting together, and so we ended up homeless. And what do you know? It turns out that there's no legal place that can accommodate everything. And so, you know what? It turns out that all of the places to sleep out there are really cops and city councils putting on laws to basically run the trap out. So you have your park curfew, your construction structure, your sleeping tickets, basically.
What are you doing to combat that, man? Are you working, or
So
are you trying
basically, while we were putting our paperwork together, outside of these parks, because we're responsible, we're trying not to, you know, break any laws.
Right.
We still get picked up as if we are in the parks.
Right.
And now we have false imprisonments. And now we have lawsuits. We have 42 USC courts. Do you know what 42 USC is?
You have 42 courts?
No, well, actually, no, but do you know what a 42 USC is?
I don't know. What is that, man? Is this an iPod?
It's just an old crappy phone.
Oh, okay. You got 2 phones?
Yeah.
Cool. Me too, man.
Okay, so.
I got 2 phones.
Let's put it this way.
Kind of a hassle, huh?
You guys don't necessarily know what it is anymore because you've lost.
In a second.
You've lost your own, you know, roots, basically.
Yeah.
42 USC court is where someone sues you because you didn't have lawful justification. Because you went out there and on a private drive, picked up someone with a public statute. You know, that clearly doesn't apply.
Right.
And so if you arrest him, it's a tort. You know,
right.
So anyways, my brother and I basically figured out that cops don't know crap. They'll tort people naturally as a blanket policy.
Yeah.
So they'll just pick up everybody that's near or in a park and hope that it's all in a park.
Right.
And every time the cases drop, we keep finding new places to stay.
Okay.
We get a van eventually.
Just get your stuff, dude.
But here's the kicker, is that we go down to Denver, we collect, I don't know, 30 to 40 cops, 10 jurisdictions doing the same thing for panhandling tickets.
Oh, really?
What do you know? Federal Heights has already done it. You guys already had an entire case drop because you, I don't want to say this, but kidnapped my brother off of that private drive in front of Safeway there. Right? You know, like I'm talking Chick-fil-A, what we were talking about earlier?
Right.
I hate to break it to you guys, but that is private property.
What's the problem?
No. But anyways, the whole point is that we ended up being pro se traveling attorneys because we have so many of these cases that we keep winning them. And so.
Problem with if the officers go to keep walking about? What's the problem if the officers come up to you and ask you to leave? You guys just don't.
They've never done that.
Like we did today. I was like, you guys want to try to leave?
Usually, it never comes to that.
Because you remember the rest?
No, almost nobody tells us to leave because they usually have a business owner do it for them.
But you heard me though, right? So if I contact you guys, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Today was our first encounter, and we were pretty cool up until something went down with my sergeant that happened inside. Okay, so typically, if I see you guys again, I'm gonna ask you to leave. I know who you guys are. Okay, I don't care if you guys are gonna stand there and you're gonna argue with me.
Okay.
Just get your shit.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
Be good, okay.
So the number one, probably the number one crime that we see going on right now is actually this, in the sense that you are using taxpayer dollars, which we're going to fix, so you don't do this, but you're doing it for purely private entity, personal policy reasons. So if they feel scared and they don't want to tell you themselves, they just have you do it, and then you're using company time to do that. That's super duper 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 illegal. It's in the case law. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, talk to the judge about that when you go to court.
Well, the funny thing is you guys are going to need the proof that you had somebody tell, and then what do you know? It happened in the end, and you actually had someone say, "Can you tell them yourself so we don't have to fight this in court?" But hey, do yourself a favor. There, for this situation at least. There's not, okay, the statutes are really, really vague. Your statutes and your municipal code.
I gotta get going.
Your municipal code statutes are really vague too.
Okay.
Jury instructions. Go look at the jury instructions for trespassing. It's going to say that you require a formal warning from the business owner or an agent. and it's already been thrown out in court when cops don't have actual authorization, when they think that someone could just tell them on the fly, you're now an agent. I can tell you that. Guess what? What it ends up being is a false imprisonment because you didn't have your elements, because you thought you could be your own agent, and guess what? That cop got sued for millions. So, and by the way, that's private property. Your cops already arrested my brother fakely on that same street. Man, you are kidnappers.